Hi, it's Jessica. Welcome to Jessica's Gluten-Free Kitchen. Today I will not be talking about recipes. The link I provided will take you to a video and it will show you how lobsters and crabs are treated. As you all know, I'm not completely vegan, but I eat a lot of vegan and vegetarian foods. Meat is a very small part of my diet. I don't eat beef, pork, dairy, eggs, any products containing such, and I don't eat seafood. I don't eat animal byproducts. I use cruelty-free makeup and body products, and the turkey and chicken I do eat. I do my research and I make sure it's from farms and companies that humanely treat their animals. And every day I learn more. I have definitely thought about becoming vegan. I have some other health issues that kind of make it hard and difficult. But I've definitely been on my way the past few years and eliminating more and learning and enlightening myself more. Now in this video, it's very not for the light of stomach. I have a pretty strong stomach and it made me sick. It made me cry. Meat is a very, very small part of my diet. I don't waste a bite of it. And as I said, I only buy from humanely raised animals. You don't have to be vegan or vegetarian to care about the animals. You just have to be human. People go on and say they're animal lovers, and I find that hard to believe. Are you an animal lover when you buy an animal that you know you don't have time for and you cage it all day? Are you an animal lover when you buy a burger from McDonald's and that cow probably got treated like trash and had to live in horrible conditions? Are you an animal lover? Are you an animal lover when the makeup you're wearing does animal testing or whatever else? I'm sorry, but ignorance is one thing, lack of knowledge is one thing, but to know and still continue is another. I'm a big believer in not pretending to be anything you're not, and it really bothers me when anyone I know, including friends and family, claim to be animal lovers, and they go to places and buy meat, and clearly it's not from humanely raised animals. Most meat and chain restaurants and all that, the animals are treated like trash, and a lot of adults know this. Some people don't. A lot of people do. There's a lot of documentaries, a lot of videos, a lot of things that are coming out to educate us. Sorry for the noise, my daughter. So I want you to watch the video, and if you're not vegan or vegetarian or anything like that, I want you to open your mind and I want you to think about it. The next time you're having a burger or the next time you're using your regular makeup, what cost is it for you? What cost did it come to the animal for you to have this thing you enjoy? I don't think meat should be a huge part of anyone's diet. It has cholesterol, it has a lot of negative factors, most meat. I'm not saying I think meat is completely bad for you or horrible, or anybody who has it is going to get problems. But I do think that America definitely overconsumes meat and makes it a large part of their diet. When I'm at the very least, even though I'm not a vegan, a big believer in balance. Meat is like 10% of my diet. I eat other whole grains. I have protein. I eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit. I'm incorporating even more now. And people say it's expensive. Meat's expensive. Really crappy meat is expensive. And I've realized that even buying from these companies that humanely raise their animals is not really any more than when I was buying from companies before I had no clue how the animals were treated. I think we all make decisions on a daily basis that we don't realize, what it does to the animals. I think at the very least as humans, we can agree to disagree about whether we should eat meat or not, but I feel like we could at least all agree on the fact that animals don't deserve to be tortured for us to eat. I don't know if we're supposed to eat meat. It's something I contemplate and I think about. I can't answer that. I'm open-minded about believing it could be either way, but I am a believer in treating animals fair and not cruel, and the living conditions that most of the animals live in from the meat they sell are absolutely horrible. Sorry. And I think at the very least, we could all be human enough to give a crap. For people to sit down and watch these documentaries or watch these things and not care or think, oh, this is BS, propaganda. It's not. This is real. This is how they're treated. This is what's allowed. Apparently, there's no rules or laws from what I've seen. It's ridiculous. It needs to change, and the change starts with us. And at the very least, we could care. We could stop using so many animal products. I mean, I just feel like, I can't speak for other countries, I can only speak in America, I live in America. From what I've known, from what I read and research, just America, I mean maybe other countries too, but America is so big on meat and animal products. Dairy, meat with everything, right? People have meat with breakfast, people have meat with lunch, people have meat with dinner. You don't need meat with every meal. Now I eat gluten-free, but I know that's the exception. A lot of people don't eat gluten-free. I mean, I'm not going to say wheat's the best thing for you. It's not. But there's protein in wheat. There's protein in other gluten-free grains. We don't need to have 200 grams of protein a day. So there's no need to eat meat this many times. And the meat I eat is not only lean, lower in cholesterol, and from humanely raised animals, but it has really high protein. So I don't need more than a tiny serving once or twice a day. Even less if I eat a lot of other stuff that has protein like beans to get the protein I need. It's unnecessary to need to have meat with every meal. It's unnecessary to need to have animal products in everything we eat. It's unnecessary to, consume dairy like there's no tomorrow. I mean, it's not just about the meat. It's also about the milk, the eggs, everything. I mean, these animals are treated bad. Even the animals that aren't made into meat, that, for milk or whatever, they're not treated right. They're not in proper living conditions. I mean, they're babies at one point, and they're treated this way. They're torn apart from their mothers. It's horrible. Some pigs are actually crushed pretty much in a box thing or whatever you want to call it. I can't imagine that. I mean, that's just, I'm sorry, but come on. At what point do we give a crap? Just watch this video, open your mind, and I just think at the very least, we're all human and we could care more about living creatures. And just because something tastes good doesn't give us the right to keep supporting these companies that want to treat animal like crap, get away with it, and think that everyone's okay with it because the burger tastes good. We really need to start going against the grain. We need to stop supporting huge corporations, start supporting local farms. Almost every place will have a local farm somewhere near. There's ways. Look into it. Try a little harder. Just try to do things that can save the animals more, or at least give them a good life. I mean, if we all just consumed meat a little less, incorporated other things with it, if we all, started using less products that test on animals, especially working with makeup and things like that, that would be less torture for animals. I just think everybody claims to be animal lovers, but how can you say that if what you're doing is hurting them? Because just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. It doesn't mean that animal didn't go through pain or torture for you to have something tasty. And the worst thing you could do is waste it. The worst thing you could do is eat it and keep going to McDonald's. This isn't just about obesity. This isn't just about, health too. This is about animals' lives. And being human. Since when did we get so messed up that this became okay? I can't be the only person that thinks about these things. So this is it. The video is going on and I need to end it. But please watch the video. And, you know, if you eat these products, I hope it hits home and you at least maybe catch it yourself and, you know, eat it yourself, kill it in a more humane way. Animals don't deserve to be tortured. I'm not crazy about pushing views onto people. So I'm not going to tell people, oh, you have to be vegan. I'm not completely vegan. I'm not going to tell people, oh, I expect you to give up, you know, beef just because I did. But like I said, we're all human, and we all deserve to have the best life we can. Animals, humans, all the creatures, everything. We don't deserve to be tortured slowly before we're killed to eat, you know, as far as animals. So at the very least, I'm pretty sure, you know, most people love animals, and most people will feel something if you really look into and see how animals are treated. So I think at the very least we could try to make more of an effort and just have some care. Doesn't mean you have to obsess. Maybe you'll never be vegan, vegetarian. Maybe you'll never even eat a vegetarian meal. Maybe instead of eating meat with every meal, you'll just eat it with 2 meals. Maybe instead of, you know, having milk all the time, sometimes you'll have almond milk. You know, whatever it is, anything helps. And as long as you're trying every day to be a better person and to care about the living creatures and everything that has a life and a heartbeat, then you're growing as a person. So I don't expect everyone to have the same exact point of view, but I just think at the very least we can all come to an understanding and an agreement that animals don't deserve to be tortured. No living thing does. And that we can care and make decisions to more positively impact the earth, the planet. When you buy from local farms, you're also supporting families instead of huge corporations that underpay and overwork workers, don't treat them right, and allow these inhumane practices to continue. When you support local farms that humanely raise their animals, you're giving the animals a better life. You're supporting a family. You're giving real families jobs. You're, you know, having better food. You know how the animals taken care of. You know what they're fed. You know. Well, that's it, and I had to get that off my chest. So I hope that at the very least it maybe made you open your mind and think a little bit more. And I hope I didn't come across rude or insulting. That's never my goal. And yeah, well, I will see you next time.